King Tan was born with good luck. She was supposed to be a blessing to her family, but unfortunately, she was found by the river by Shan Lao. He worked her like an animal. Not only did she have to forage for wild vegetables, but she also had to feed the chickens and pigs at home, working from dawn till dusk. The slightest mistake earned her a beating. In this year of famine, the fields were barren. While fleeing the famine, for just secretly eating a few hearts, was whipped with a willow branch by Mrs. Shan. You're getting bolder and bolder. I gave you grassroots to eat today, and you still dare to steal corn. We're all fleeing famine. You think you're the only one who's hungry. This is the last half bag of corn we have. The Desao, who was preparing to cook, heard the sound of whipping and a child's cries, She followed the sound, Mrs. Shan. We're all starving out here. She's just a child who ate a few corn kernels. Are you going to beat her to death? Well, look at this living saint. The Desao, since you're so kind. Why don't you take her home and raise her? Easy for you to say. Seeing that they were about to argue, the Erso quickly pulled the Desao aside. Sister-in-law of that family is bad news. It's better to stay out of it. But how can a mother be so cruel? She's not her real mother. Of course she doesn't care. The Desao couldn't have children of her own. She always watched other people's children with envy. She couldn't bear to see a child being beaten like this. At least they didn't abandon the child. I guess they have a little conscience left. Her husband is back. Seeing Shan Lauda return, the Erso quickly pulled the Desao away. Did you find any wild vegetables? What wild vegetables? There isn't even a root left. I found a tree that hadn't been stripped bare. I peeled off some tender bark, add some corn kernels, and boil it. We'll make do. Corn kernels. If I hadn't caught her, that brat would have stolen all our corn. King Tian curled up into a ball, hoping Shan Lauda would hit her lightly. But today, Shan Lauda was unusually calm and didn't forget it. There won't be a next time anyway. With that, he picked up King Tian like a chick and walked away. The Desao couldn't rest easy. Fearing Shan Lauda would abandon the child, she rushed after them. The Desao followed Shan Lauda soon. She saw him meet a shifty-eyed man. She quickly hid behind a dead tree. She's too skinny. Barely any meat on her bones. Everyone's a refugee. Which kid has any meat on them? Mine's better than yours. This one is still breathing. Yours is better. Who knows how long yours has been dead? Now you're just being difficult. I told you. She just stopped breathing today. Stop wasting time. Are we trading or not? The man wasn't satisfied, but he had no better options. He handed the child in his arms to Shan Lauda. His conscience still pricked him. If it weren't for my son being so hungry, crying for meat every day. Hearing this from behind the tree, the Desao was horrified. You'll be struck by lightning. The Desai, with a sudden burst of courage, rushed out, snatched the child from Shan Lauda's arms. What are you doing with my kid? Give her back. The Desa didn't look back, holding her breath, and ran desperately back to her family's resting spot. Finally, she could breathe. Were you chased by a wild dog? Before she could answer, Shan Lauda chased after them, looking disheveled. The Daga immediately stepped forward. What's going on? Though the other three brothers said nothing, they all picked up sticks and stood behind the Lauda as backup. Give me back my daughter. Honey, don't give her to him. He was going to trade King Tian for another child to eat. The four of the brothers were utterly shocked. You just want food, right? We'll trade you grain for her. Fine. I want a bag of corn and a bag of millet. Ha! In your dreams. I raised her this long. One bag of corn is a fair price. Don't be greedy. Fourth brother, go get him a bag of corn. The lassie ran to the cart, grabbed a full bag of corn. His wife Guoshi stopped him. We still have half a bag left. Why are you giving him a full one? But this is the last full bag. Eldest brother told me to. Guoshi hurried after him to see what was happening. She saw the lousy hand the bag of corn to Shanla. From now on, King Chiona is my daughter. She has nothing to do with you. I have my own son. Who cares? Guoshi instantly exploded. During a famine, food is life. Sister-in-law, are you crazy? All that food for a half-dead little brat. What are you shouting about? Is that any way to talk to our eldest sister? What's wrong with how I talk? Our whole family is tightening their belts, scrimping, and shaving. She's so generous. She just gives away a whole bag. I'll try to hunt more and find food. I'll eat less too. The child's share, ... will come from our portions. You have to actually find something to hunt. Second sister, third sister, am I wrong? We can't just let her die. Eldest brother and sister-in-law have worked the hardest for years. First, they helped raise and marry off their younger brothers. What's wrong with using one bag of corn? Besides, that corn was from last year's family harvest. You've only been here a few days. We don't have a problem with it. Guoshi stamped her foot in anger and went back to the cart to complain to old Honey, we didn't tell mother first. We didn't tell mother first. It's fine. Mother has to adopt a child if we find one we like. I think King Tian is perfect. Our family is full of rowdy boys. Now we finally have a sweet little girl. Seeing that Guoshi had stormed off, he whispered in the Desao's ear, don't worry. Before we left, you told me to hide 2 bags of grain. No one else in the family knows. I'll go out and find more food. I promise the family won't go hungry. Hearing this, the Desao finally felt at ease. From now on, we are your mother and father. Understand? But before she could speak, she was surrounded by 5 curious boys. King Tian is your little sister. From now on, you all have to be good big brothers. And protect her. Understand? Sister is so skinny. Her neck is thinner than my arm. It looks like it could snap. Can we really take her out to play? What's so great about a sister? She's so small and skinny. Who wants her? Sister, I'm your 2nd brother. I'm your 3rd brother. And I'm your 5th brother. King Tian had never seen such a scene. She blinked her big eyes, too scared to speak. Mrs. Shan always said that when I grow up, I'll be married off for a bride price to pay for my brother's wedding. But now, this new family has 5 brothers. Can one person really fetch that much bride price? If not, will they start to dislike me? Are you all hungry? The Desao called her nephews over. Although the children were hungry, their new sister was much more interesting than the tasteless grass roots and tree bark porridge. I want to see my sister. Whoever wants it can have it. Auntie, when can we have meat to eat? Nia Nayan is getting so thin. Seeing the drool at the corner of the Changnian's mouth, King Tian couldn't help but wonder. Meat must be delicious. I wish I could try some. Just as she thought that, a dark long-tailed thing came flying towards them. A pheasant? It's a pheasant. Where's the pheasant? Before the Changnian could figure it out, he felt something heavy land on his head. Nia Nian, don't move. If you move, our free meal will fly away. The other 4 boys saw the pheasant and held their breath. They pounced from different directions, piling on top of the boy. After the chaos, the Chengrui emerged with chicken feathers on his head, showing off his prize. Wow, I've heard of it raining money, but raining pheasants, even though the Changnian was squashed by his brothers and pecked by the pheasant. He cheered along. We finally have meat to eat. Is meat good? Of course it is. The Desao suddenly realized that King Tian asked this because she had never tasted meat before. I'll go stew the pheasant right now. Our King Tian will have meat to eat soon. Keep it down. Let's cook it quietly while everyone else is asleep. Once it's in our stomachs, it's ours. If someone sees it, it'll be trouble. Mother, look, this is King. Isn't it a coincidence? As soon as we brought her here, we caught a big pheasant. She's a poor child. As long as you 2 like her, I have no objection. But let me be clear. Since you're keeping her, you must treat her as your own. If you're going to treat her poorly later, then don't raise her at all. Otherwise, you're not raising a child. You're making an enemy. Mother, don't worry. From today on, King Tian is my own daughter. You boys did a great job catching the pheasant today. You each get 3 pieces of chicken and a bowl of chicken soup. Seeing her brothers gobbling down their food, King Tian couldn't help but look at them with envy. King Tian, are you hungry? King Tian is not hungry. King Tian doesn't want to eat? Please don't hit me. Good child. Don't be afraid. No one will ever hit you again. Grandma will give you chicken soon. There's still a big chicken leg left. Can I have some more? You've been sitting in the cart all day without walking. Be glad you have something to eat. You want a chicken leg? You kind of look like a chicken leg. Lauda. Go add some firewood. Stew the chicken leg until it's tender for... Why her? We already gave away a bag of corn for her. Why does she get the chicken leg? Because your eldest brother and saved it from their own mouths. What's it to you? Mom, she doesn't think before she speaks. Don't take it personally. I saved mine for you. Eat it while it's hot. The Desa first served a small bowl of chicken soup from the bowl, making King Tian swallow hard. Drink some soup to warm your tummy first. We'll eat the meat later. King Khan's eyes widened. She was allowed to drink something so delicious. This auntie seemed to be really nice to her. It's a pity we're on the run. We don't have any seasonings, so we have to make do when we have the chance. I'll make you my specialty, chicken and so good you'll want to eat your own tongue. You can't eat your tongue. You need it. You child, how can you be so adorable? Are potatoes tastier than chicken soup? Oh yeah, it's a shame the locusts ate all the crops this year. We can't even get potatoes, which are usually dirt cheap. That night, the Changrui held a torch. It was his nightly routine to take his younger brothers to pee. The Changnian remembered what the Lauda had told him and immediately went to King Shen's sister. Come on, Brother Showa will take you to pee. Otherwise, if you wet the bed, Grandma will spank you. Go away, go away. Boys can't go to the bathroom with little girls. Okay, sister, I'm going then. The Changnian then trotted to catch up with the others. Ah, what's that? The brothers ran over together. By the light of the torch, they looked down and saw something sticking out of the ground. A familiar-looking, brownish, round thing. The brothers started digging with their hands. Soon, they had dug up more than a dozen large potatoes. Each with a few potatoes in their arms, the Deseo's eyes widened. Wherever refugees passed, not even grass roots or tree bark were left. They were like locusts? How could they find so many potatoes? King Tian had just asked if meat was good, and a pheasant fell from the sky. They just said there were no potatoes. And they found so many. Could this really be a coincidence? When the moon was high in the sky and the family was fast asleep, Guoshi tiptoed to the fire. The lassie who was on watch saw her. Need to use the restroom. Why are you taking the family's potatoes? I'm hungry. It's not like they're valuable. Can't I have one? The lassie wanted to say something but swallowed his words. I'll go look around again and see if I can dig up a few more to replace it. The potato roasted in the embers, soon giving off a slightly burnt, fragrant aroma that drifted on the night wind. After eating grass roots and tree bark for so long, even a roasted potato seemed like a rare delicacy. You eat it. I'm not hungry. Fine. More for me. She had just taken a couple of bites when a rock flew between them and landed on the ground. Several voices shouted from the darkness, "What are you eating in the middle of the night? It smells so good. Hand over all the good stuff." Guoshi was so scared she immediately dropped the lassie. The lassie was stunned. What in the world? Everything was fine when the family ate pheasant. But when Guoshi secretly roasts a potato, it brings this kind of trouble. Last time, Guoshi was caught sneaking a potato at night by passing vagrants. She abandoned the lassie and ran. Trouble, get up. His shout woke up the entire family. The three brothers grabbed their weapons and rushed to help. Seeing that the family was numerous, the attackers hesitated, but when they saw the family's pile of potatoes, their hunger made them bold. Brothers, they have food. Get them? The brothers were strong farmers. They quickly beat the men and chased them away. See? You have to eat. Eating meat gives you strength. I wish we could eat meat every day. In your dreams. Go back to sleep. Where's Fenny? Just then, Guoshi crawled out from behind the cart, still clutching her half-eaten potato. Oh, fourth sip. You really need to toughen up. A few weaklings. Scared you that much? What would you do if we ran into real bandits? Spit, spit, spit. Don't jinx us. Spit, spit, spit. May the gods ignore the bad omen. Fourth brother and your wife, come here. Mother, tomorrow morning I'll go out and find food to replace the potato Fenying ate. Mother, I woke up hungry in the middle of the night. Don't give me that. Don't think I don't know that for the past few days, at least half of fourth brother's rations have gone into your stomach. I don't care that he spoils his wife. If he starves, it's his own fault. But these potatoes are for the whole family. Not only did you two sneak food at night, you also attracted troublemakers. Luckily, it was just a few starving refugees. If we had run into real bandits or thugs, the whole family would have been in danger because of you two. I'm warning you, if you do it again, I'll break your legs. Guoshi flinched and nodded repeatedly. Spit, spit, spit. Mother, don't say so lucky on this journey. We definitely won't run into bandits. You always protect them. Who's protecting them? I was just afraid they would upset Mother. All right, everyone, go back to sleep. King Tian, were you scared? King Tian shook her head. How can our King Tian be so well behaved? Okay, go to sleep now. Tomorrow, I'll make you potato stew. When King Tian woke up, the sky was just beginning to lighten, wafted through the air, making her swallow uncontrollably. Passing refugees cast greedy glances their way. But after seeing the four tall, strong brothers, they could only suppress their wicked thoughts. The Desao walked over to King Tian with a bowl to feed her. The potatoes were stewed until soft and floury, warm and melting in her mouth. They had soaked up the chicken broth. Is it good? It's good. King Tian pushed the bowl towards the Desao. You eat, mother. Let's eat together. The surprise was so sudden, the Desao was stunned at first, then overcome with joy. Mother will eat with you. Velasi ran back from a distance, looking panicked. Losi, what are you running from? Sister-in-law, look what I found. The Desao looked closely. He was holding 6 or 7 eggs. Greenish eggs. Oh my god. Aren't these wild duck eggs? And they're still warm. They must have just been laid. These are much more valuable than potatoes. Mother definitely won't scold me now. Where did you find them? You just found the eggs and came straight back. In a patch of grass by the river. Sister-in-law, I searched the whole area. This is all there was. You fool. Eggs don't grow from grass. Wild ducks lay them. Oh, right. My brain. I'll go set a trap right now. What are we going to do with this simpleton? No wonder his wife has him wrapped around her little finger. Wild ducks. The Desao looked up and saw Delausi with one hand. Carrying a wild duck. Sister-in-law, you won't believe it. It was like magic. I had just set the trap, and the ducks were practically fighting to get into it. They just walked right into it. What's not to believe? Of course it's magic. Looking at the round duck eggs and the pair of plump wild ducks, old Mrs. the quickly instructed the lousy. Quick, tie the ducks' beaks and put them in that basket. Cover them with something. Tonight, we'll find a secluded spot to eat. After the family packed up, they prepared to leave. Why does second sister-in-law get to ride in the car? All you do is stare at what others are doing. Second sister-in-law needs to alter some clothes for King. If she's not in the cart, are you going to carry her while she sews? It's just altering clothes. Let me ride in the cart. I can do it too. Her sewing is so good. She sewed the sleeves onto the waist and used it as a belt. Hearing this, everyone couldn't help but chuckle. So what if it's sewn wrong? As long as it's wearable, it's fine. It's not like she's going to a beauty pageant. All right, let's go. Winter is coming, and the days are getting shorter. We need to make the most of the daylight and travel quickly. If we can't get through the pass before winter starts, we'll freeze to death in this wilderness at night. After a day of traveling, the family found a secluded place to rest. Mother, how should we cook the ducks tonight? Stew one with some potatoes until it's tender. Otherwise, I can't chew it. You can cook the other one however you like. I don't care. Are we eating both tonight? Yes. It's getting colder. We need to speed up. We need to eat well to have the energy to travel. Yes, ma'am. Just wait and eat. The Desao discussed with her sister and decided to roast the other one. The two aromas filled the air, making the children feel like it was New Year's. Sister-in-law, your cooking is amazing. Even without seasonings, you can make it so fragrant. This is meat. How can it not be fragrant? If you cooked it, it definitely wouldn't be as good as hers. Third sister-in-law, don't forget. My husband caught the ducks today. You didn't catch them? What are you bragging about? It seems mother was right. The closer we get to the pass, the easier it is to find food. I think it's mostly luck. On the road today, everyone else was still stumbling with hunger. This is great. Since we got our little sister, we've been able to eat our fill every day. Isn't it true? Our family's luck these past few days has been a little too good. First, the pheasant, then the potatoes, then duck eggs and wild ducks. It seems like it all started when Lauda's wife traded a bag of corn for King. Do you know why? Why? I always tell you, good deeds are rewarded and evil deeds are punished. So, because we are good to King and treat her as one of our own, the heavens have noticed and blessed us. That's why we have good food. Do you understand? What does grandma mean? Are we really supposed to treat this wild child like a treasure? Then I'll definitely be nice to my sister from now on, so we can have meat at every meal. Mother, we adopted King, not for some blessing. You always say, the most important thing is to have a clear conscience. Loda's wife is a wise woman. It was I who was being superstitious. Just put your heart at ease. Good days are ahead of us. Shanghai Pass was just ahead. Refugees from all directions gathered. More and more of them, they all had the same goal. to enter the pass. Just hold on, we'll be fine once we reach Shanghai Pass. Honey, I heard someone say that after we enter the pass, the government has set up tents for us to live in, and people are giving out rice and porridge. The people inside the pass are rich. You think they're poor like us outside? After getting rid of the burden that was King Shan Lauda had agreed to pay half a bag of corn for a ride to Shanghai Pass. But the other party, after agreeing, ran off in the middle of the night. They didn't get a ride and lost half a bag of grain. Mrs. Shan was heartbroken. They didn't dare to ask for another ride and had to walk on their own 2 feet. Just then, the Shan couple suddenly heard a familiar voice. Dad, how many more days until we reach Shanghai Pass? If we hurry, we can make it there tonight. Y.E. the Lauda, and on his shoulders, ... is that King. Am I seeing things? The road of famine is hard. Every family has lost members, more or less. The family with more than 10 members was already conspicuous in the crowd. Not only did they not look thin, but they all had rosy cheeks. Honey, pinch me. Am I dreaming? I've never seen anyone look so well-fed while fleeing a famine. I'm going to find out what their secret is. Lauda put King Tian down quickly. There are so many people and carts on this road, it's too dangerous. We're almost at Shanghai Pass. Big Brother is just so happy. Reaching Shanghai Pass is only the first step. Whether we can enter is the key. As night fell, the family looked at the dense crowd waiting to enter the pass. It was a terrifying sight. Move to the sides. Don't crowd together. Clear the way. When he reached the family, the soldier was also stunned. For a moment, he couldn't tell if they were refugees or merchants waiting to enter the pass. Officer, how can we enter the pass? Do you have a travel permit? No, we're fleeing the famine. So you're refugees? Yes. Then there's nothing I can do. Go find a place to rest over there and wait. The Lauda was about to ask more questions when he saw several horses galloping towards them. Move aside. Clear the path. Urgent military message. We're not responsible if you get trampled. Mother, what do we do now? Let's find a place to settle down first. Then, you can go out and ask for more details. After settling down, the Dessau started preparing to cook, and Shanlong and his wife were resting not far from them. A fish. Such a big fish. That old, the family. How much good food did they secretly hide? And they only gave me a bag of dry corn. We can't let them off, so, honey, what are you going to do? Shan Lauda whispered something in her ear. Honey, you're so clever. King Tian, my darling. Oh, Mother has finally found you, Dad. Help! King Tian, Dad is here. Your mother missed you so much she couldn't eat or sleep. Your mom, dad, and brother couldn't bear to be without you. Come home with Mom, okay? Without you, your mother can't go on. Other 5 children were stunned by this sudden turn of events. Leko King Tan is my sister, not yours. But he was too young, and no match for Mrs. Shan. She pushed him to the ground. The other 4 brothers were even more frantic. They all rushed forward. Nian Nian, what have I taught you? Why are you biting something so dirty? Aren't you afraid of getting a stomachache? This evil woman, she's trying to take my sister away. What do you 2 think you're doing? Trying to kidnap a child in broad daylight. This isn't the wilderness. There are soldiers and laws here. Even if the emperor himself came. King Tian is still my daughter. Everyone, come and judge for yourselves. Is it right for people who can't have children to just steal other people's kids? King Tian, I know the family is what they can feed you and clothe you, but we are your real parents. Their commotion quickly attracted the attention of the surrounding people. Even the patrolling soldiers came over. Please, officer, help us. What's all this commotion at the city gate? What's going on? Officer, this the Lauda has no children, and his brothers only have sons. His wife took a liking to my pretty king, and because their family is large and powerful, they just took our child against our will. My husband and I have been fleeing the famine with our son, searching for our daughter. Officer, if you don't believe me, you can have someone check the child's foot. See if there's a red, crescent-shaped birthmark. The crowd unconsciously began to side with the weaker party. Even the officer started looking at the with suspicion. I traded grain for the child, You were starving then, weren't you? Now that you see King Tian is well cared for by my family, you come here and say such heartless things. Aren't you afraid of being struck by lightning? Just because you say so. Who saw you give us a bag of corn? Why don't you just say you gave us a cartload of rice? Everyone, we're all doing this for King Tian's Let's sake. Not argue anymore. I think we shouldn't cause any more trouble. For the officers here, let's find a place to talk it over. Shall we? The Shan couple didn't miss King. They just saw that our family was doing well and wanted to use King Han to extort food from us. The last led the couple to a secluded, deserted place. Tell me, what do you really want? You only gave us one bag of corn. That's far from enough. We didn't know the going rate back then. You tricked us. Now that we've reached Shanghai Pass, we know that a girl like King can be sold to a brothel for at least 3 or 4 taels of silver. Anyway, your family is all rosy cheeks. You have to give us at least another bag of grain. The Lauda was so angry he could explode. You monster. You were her father for a time. King Jian is just a child, and you want to sell her to a brothel. You want to be rosy cheeks too. This will keep you rosy for a few days. Satisfied. If not, I can give you a couple more punches. Help. He's going to kill me. Did I hear someone screaming for help? Fu, what's going on? Ma'am, there are some strong men up ahead, beating up a couple holding a child. It looks like bandits or thugs bullying refugees. Has it become this lawless outside the pass? Is there no law anymore? Men, come with me. Li Fu, how are you so sure they are bandits? Bullying refugees, young master. I saw it with my own eyes. Is what you see with your own eyes always the truth? When we were mobbed by refugees earlier, what did others say? They said we were rich and cruel. They called the refugees modern-day heroes, robbing the rich to help the poor. Oh, I understand now. You agreed to trade the child for grain. You ate the whole bag of grain. And now you want the child back? There's no such thing in this world. To be blunt. If it weren't for me, King Tian would have been traded to someone else. She might not even be alive now. Who would you be trying to blackmail then? Exactly. Don't think that just because the family is kind. We're easy to bully. You want to snatch the child. See if you can beat the 4 of us brothers first. First, she has nothing to do with you. And you want to sell her to a brothel. Why don't you sell your wife instead? I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have been so greedy. I shouldn't have bothered you again. From now on, King Tian is your daughter. She's all yours. Having heard the whole conversation from the side, I roughly understand the situation. Allow me, an outsider, to say something. When dealing with scoundrels like this, words are not enough. You must have them sign a written statement. But out here in the wilderness, where can we get a written statement? Let me help you all the way. My caravan is over there. I can help you draw up a statement and act as a witness. How about it? Thank you so much for your help. Li Fu returned to his caravan and briefly explained what had happened. So the family are the good people, thanks to Hex. Otherwise, we would have wronged them. Yes, thanks to the young master's guidance, I will remember this lesson. From now on, I will be more cautious and thorough. After Li Fu delivered the written statement, he called the family over. I have a few questions for them. Previously, the Shan couple tried to take King Tian back, blackmailing the family for more grain. Luckily, Steward Li from the Qin family helped out. He witnessed and wrote a contract. Steward Li quickly drafted the document and presented it to the eldest, the brother. Thank you so much. This is wonderful. Now no one can ever take King Tian away from us again. Thank you, Uncle. What a sweet little girl. No wonder everyone adores her. You two should get going. If you ever try to snatch this child again, we'll drag you to the authorities. Now that the family has this contract, they'll win the case. Guaranteed. And you two will end up rotting in jail. Got it. After the Shans left, Steward Li immediately brought the family to his master's caravan. We're just poor country folk fleeing the famine. We wouldn't want to trouble the nobles. Don't be afraid. Our master is kind. The madam and young master are in the carriage. They are very kind and generous people. They wouldn't call you over for anything bad. This was King Tian's first time seeing such an exquisite and spacious carriage. I wish our family had a carriage like this. Then Grandma wouldn't cough so much from the cold wind. Greetings, Madam Qin. Greetings, young Master Qin. Apologies for the disturbance. It was presumptuous of us to summon you so suddenly, but Steward Li mentioned that you 4 brothers all have some martial arts skills. To answer your question, Madam, we wouldn't claim to know martial arts. We 4 brothers are just farmers. We hunt in the mountains. We only know a few clumsy moves. That's all. Here's the situation. I'm taking my son back to the capital from our hometown. We ran into some rioters on the way and lost many of our men. So, I was wondering, if you would be willing to escort us to the capital. We will, of course, compensate you generously. Thank you for the offer, Madame Chen. But we have a large family to care for. Not only do we have an elderly mother, but we also have 6 children. I'm afraid instead of protecting you and the young master, we would only be a burden. We're not asking you to fight to the death. We just need to boost our numbers to scare off any troublemakers. We'll be stopping outside the Shanghai Pass for an hour to eat and rest. You have time to go back and discuss it. Once you've decided, come find us. The offer won't last forever. Thank you, young Master Chen. We'll go discuss this with our family right away. Whether we accept or not, we will certainly give you an answer. Brother, does this mean we can pass through the gate? It's not my call. We have to go back and ask Mother. Meanwhile, at the family's camp, the whole family was waiting for them. Grandma, are they going to take my sister away? Never. King Tian is our family. No one can take her. I never should have gone to see the gate tower. That Shan is a real piece of work. Back in the village, he was always using his brute strength to bully this person and provoke that one. Why are they taking so long? I hope nothing bad happened. This is making me so anxious. I should have gone with my sister. Don't you worry. So what if Shan has brute strength? He can't fight for men at once. Our 4 brothers can definitely take him. You know, if the Shan couple really wants the child back, maybe we should just give her to them. If you have nothing nice to say, then shut your mouth. Look, big sister is back with our little sister. Little sister, if anyone bullies you again, just bite them as hard as you can. When it hurts, they'll have to let go. Then you run as fast as you can. Don't listen to Nayanian's nonsense. Your big brother will protect you. I won't let anyone take you away again. While the children were whispering, the eldest brother explained the situation to the adults. Mother, that's the situation. What do you think? Old Madam, listened carefully, mulling it over. She didn't speak right away. What's there to think about? Of course we should agree. Haven't you seen how many refugees are at the city walls? You're not blind. You don't meet nobles every day. And even if you do, they might not look our way. I say, we finally found someone who doesn't mind that we have a large family. We should agree immediately. You think being a servant is that easy? If you sell yourself into servitude, you can't take the imperial exams. Will Changrui be the only one affected? What about your own future children? Selling ourselves into servitude doesn't mean it's for life. We can just buy our freedom back when we have money. Haven't I told you before? I have a cousin, who was sold as a maid to a wealthy family at 10. Now, she serves a young lady wearing silk and satin and eating fish and meat. All she does is accompany the young lady. Other servants do all the heavy lifting. Her life is even better than the daughter of a small household. And do you think they'd let you be a lady's personal maid or the wench who does the hard labor? My cousin isn't even as pretty as me. If my father hadn't arranged my marriage to you so early, maybe I would be the one living in luxury by the young lady's side now. If you want to be a slave so badly, I'll take you to the city gate in a moment. I'll stick a straw in your hair and sell you off directly. Then everyone will be happy. Oldest son, go and ask for clarification. If it's just a temporary escort job, then we will accept, as long as they can get us through the pass. Madam Qin will be our benefactor. We don't need any payment. We'll even help with chores along the way. But if they want us to become slaves, that's absolutely out of the question. King Tian, with her lucky charm, was traded for a bag of grain by the eldest. She joined the family and brought good fortune with her. While fleeing the famine, not only did chickens, ducks, and fish but a kind person also invited them to pass the gate together. After some discussion, the family decided to travel with the Qin family. Old Madam went to apologize to Madam Qin. Thank you, Madam Qin, for thinking so highly of our family. Old Madam, you're getting on in years. If you don't mind, you could squeeze in with my 2 maids and ride in the carriage. Thank you, Madam Qin. Old Madam took King Tian into the carriage. Hello, ma'am. You're so good. Have a pastry. King Tian took the pastry but didn't eat it. Why aren't you eating? I want to give it to my brothers. Oh my. So young and already so considerate, even though she's small. She never eats alone. even with just one biscuit. She makes sure each of her brothers gets a bite. Good girl. The caravan hasn't left yet. Go ahead and share it with your brothers. Thank you, ma'am. After old Madame the took King Hin out of the carriage, look at that little girl. Doesn't she bear a slight resemblance to that person? Which person? Who else? Our Madame's own sister, of course. The one in the prince's mansion. Hush. Don't talk about that. We'll get in trouble if someone overhears. Meanwhile, the Shan couple, who had been secretly following the family ... were dumbfounded. Honey, am I dreaming? How on earth did the family get through the pass? You're asking me, who do I ask? I'd like to know too. After passing the gate, they continued their journey. My dear sister, where is your family headed? Are you going to stay with relatives? Yes. My late husband was from the capital. Years ago, he was tricked into going beyond the pass to dig for ginseng. He didn't find any ginseng, and instead lost all the money he brought with him. So he just stayed beyond the pass and never came home. After a few years of hard work, he saved up some money. That's how he was able to marry and have sons. As life got better and better, my husband started thinking about visiting his hometown. Unfortunately, he passed away too soon, leaving me a widow with our children. It wasn't until this year's disaster that we thought of seeking refuge back home. We have no idea what things are like there now. Don't you worry, my dear sister. Your family is so large and prosperous. Just looking at your 4 sons is enviable. No matter where you go, you'll surely thrive. Isn't that the truth? Near the capital. There are more job opportunities than anywhere else. As long as you're diligent and willing to work, you won't go hungry. Yes, I hope your words bring us luck. But it's almost noon now. My eldest daughter-in-law is a good cook. We brought our own provisions. I'll bring some over once it's ready. If you two don't mind, please have a taste. The 2 maids looked at each other. The family has so many people, not to mention 5 hungry boys. What food could they possibly have to share with us? The eldest, the sister-in-law, had just finished stir-frying the rabbit meat. King Tan came over holding her bowl. Can you give me a bowl first? Oh, so our little King Tan likes rabbit meat. All right, Mom will get you some first. Give me a big scoop, Mom. King Tian wants to give it to the little big brother. Sure. You two can share this bowl. If it's not enough, Mom will get you more. Hearing this, the Changnian, who was nearby, couldn't stop his mouth from watering. It dripped down his chin. He quickly slurped it back up. He was a big brother now. He couldn't let his little sister see him drooling like that. But then King Tian walked towards the front carriage with the bowl. Little sister, your brother is over here. King Tian, where are you going? To the little big brother in the carriage. You want to give the rabbit meat to young Master Chin?
Yeah.
Uncle Lee said it was because the little big brother spoke up, that he helped our family. So the yummy food should go to the little big brother. Come on, Mom will go with you. Madam, young master, the family made spicy rabbit meat for lunch. That little girl brought a bowl over especially. She said it's for the young master. Knowing our madam's nature, she would never refuse such a gesture. But food made by country folk like them. ... The masters would never eat it. The madam will surely give the rabbit meat to me. Thank you, little sister. Steward Lee, after our lunch is ready, remember to send a portion to the family to try. What is it? It's nothing. After the eldest, the sister-in-law returned, she couldn't stop talking. That young master looks about the same age as Cheng Ru, but I don't know how he was born so handsome. He's so good. Big brother is handsome too? Then who is more handsome? Big brother or the little big brother in the carriage? How should I answer that? I can't lie. But big brother is looking right at me. Little sister, I am your little big brother. You can't call anyone else brother. Look at him, so young, and already getting jealous. Mom, what are you talking about? We're not having dumplings today. Where would we get vinegar? The autumn wind carried the family's laughter towards the carriage, even reaching Madam Chin, such a well-behaved and sensible child, yet her own parents didn't love her. She's lucky she met a kind family, otherwise she might not have even survived. When Madam Chin snapped out of it, she saw that the bowl, which had been full just a moment ago, had been eaten by her son until only red peppers were left. Hexuan, you didn't leave a single piece. This is really not like him at all. I'm sorry, Mother. I don't know what came over me at first. I was just going to have a taste. I didn't realize I wouldn't be able to stop. If you like it, then eat it. Seeing you eat with such enjoyment makes me happier than eating it myself. I didn't expect King Tian's mother to be such a skilled cook. Give the family some money later. Tell her to send over some of whatever she makes. From now on, Mother, I feel that the family is different from others. We are just traveling together. They have no intention of fawning over us. If we give them money, it might seem like we're looking down on them. It would be better to have Steward Lee send some food over. A friendly exchange would be much better, wouldn't You are it? Very thoughtful. Steward Lee prepared a bag of fine rice and a strip of cured meat. Sister-in-law, that I had no idea you were such a good cook. My madam and young master couldn't stop praising it. They specifically asked me to bring some food over for you. Oh, we couldn't possibly. You letting us through the pass is already a huge favor. How could we possibly accept your thing? My young master said it. Friendly exchanges build friendships. Well, you see, ... I don't know what Madam Chin and young Master Chin like to eat. Perhaps you could help me decide what to make for dinner. Following her gesture, Steward Lee peeked inside. His eyes widened in astonishment. King Tian, the girl with the lucky touch, was being traded for food by refugees. The eldest, the sister-in-law, found and traded the family's last bag of grain for her. Since King Han joined the family, chickens, ducks, and fish have appeared Following her gesture, Steward Lee peeked inside. His eyes widened in astonishment. There's wild boar meat, venison, roe, deer meat, and in that basket, there are wild rabbits and ducks. There are several large carp. Steward Lee was too shocked to speak. Are the family really refugees fleeing a famine? Just based on their food. The family seemed more prosperous than the Chin family. I didn't come here to give a gift. It feels more like I came here to You're such a good cook. Anything you make will be delicious. This isn't a restaurant. I can't just order from a menu. If my masters found out, they would surely scold me for being insolent. Oh, and the madam said King Tian is still young. She invited her to ride in the carriage with them. Hearing the news, Steward Lee brought the eldest, the sister-in-law, was very confused. What do you think Madam Chin means by this? ... and wants to adopt her. Before she could finish her sentence, Hua's grating laughter echoed from behind. That's hilarious. Sister-in-law, you really have a wild imagination. You treat a stone from a ditch like a treasure. Do you really think everyone in the world is like you? I say, you should relax. The Chin family is clearly a noble house. Someone like King ... is uneven fit. They're doing you a favor, so you should just accept it. What's with the fuss? If it weren't for King on this journey, would your face have gotten so round from all the food you've eaten? Big sister-in-law used to be so timid, you couldn't get a peep out of her even if you tried. Now that she's adopted this girl, I haven't seen any other benefits, but her temper has certainly grown. You should stop talking like that. If mother hears you, she scolds you again. Besides, since big sister-in-law adopted King, our family's luck has been getting better and better. We've had plenty to eat and drink on this journey, and we passed the gate so smoothly. I don't know how many people are envious of us, if you're going to put it that way. I've only been married into this family for 2 months. Why don't you say all this good luck? Is because you married? That's what brought it to your family. The sister-in-law overheard their conversation. She doesn't even think about how she got married into this family. The whole region was hit by famine. Her parents and sister-in-law didn't want to support her anymore, so they rushed our family to marry her. Not long after she joined the family, the earthquake hit. Now that our luck has finally turned, she has the nerve to take credit for it. You should know my personality. Fourth sister-in-law is the kind of person I really can't stand. Once we settle down back home, I'm going to ask old madam to split the family. When that happens, please don't take it personally. It's definitely not because of you two. The eldest and second, the sisters-in-law, exchanged a look. They were speechless. The Changnian, who was sleeping nearby, dreamt of something. He suddenly sat up and saw King Tian was still sleeping beside him. He grinned widely. Mom, is little sister riding with us this afternoon? Go back to sleep. King Tian is going to ride in the big carriage this afternoon. Hearing what the third sister-in-law said, the believed it was true. He burst into tears. No way. King Tian can only be my little sister. He woke King Tian up. She didn't know what was happening. Brother Nyanian, don't cry. Sweetheart. Madam Chin wants you to ride in the carriage with them. Do you want to go? King Tian remembered the handsome little big brother she saw in the carriage. She was about to nod, but when she saw the Changnian still crying, she immediately hesitated. Don't mind him. He'll be fine in a bit. I made these clothes in my spare time these past few days. Let King Tan change into them. Second sister-in-law, your skills are amazing. These clothes are so beautiful. This fabric looks a bit familiar. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. Did you secretly take something from mother's keepsake box? What are you talking about? This was made from my dowry clothes. Theft, you've been married for almost 10 years. How could your dowry clothes still look so new? Are you seeing ghosts? Oh, it really is from your dowry. I remember the first year you were married, you wore this for New Year's. No one in the village had ever seen fabric of that color. It was so vibrant and beautiful. Everyone in the village complimented it. Big sister-in-law has a good memory. That's exactly right. But I only wore it for one night. Early the next morning, I was about to go visit relatives with mother when the fourth brother threw a firecracker at me. Not only was the hem of my beautiful dress burned, but there was also a hole the size of a bowl. Soot splattered everywhere, and it burned a lot of small black holes in it. That's right. Mother was so angry at the time, she pinned the fourth brother down on the bed and gave him a good spanking. Boy never thought this matter would end up involving her family. She was about to slip away. So why don't you go ask your husband? He was young then. ... But let's not talk about that. Now that he's married, when is he going to pay for second sister-in-law's dress? Kids being mischievous is a common thing, isn't it? Didn't mother already spank him? Besides, this happened so many years ago. She quickly made an excuse and slipped away. I never thought you'd still have this dress. I just couldn't bear to part with the fabric. I thought that if I ever had a daughter, I could alter it for her to wear. Who knew I'd end up with 3 naughty boys? All my skills went to waste. Luckily, I brought it with me on this trip. Look, with a few alterations. Doesn't our King Tian look beautiful in it? Second sister-in-law, as if by magic, pulled out 2 ribbons made from the leftover fabric. Look at her now. Our King Tian doesn't look like a country girl at all. She looks just like a young lady from a wealthy family. When Steward Lee saw King Tian, he was stunned. The surprise in his eyes was obvious. Steward Lee, what's wrong? Little King Tian is dressed so beautifully. My old eyes almost didn't recognize her. I thought you had swapped her for another child. No wonder the madam said that she found King Tian very familiar. She looks so much like that person. It would be strange if she didn't seem familiar. Madam Chin, if King Tian is not behaving, sister-in-law, no wonder I always felt a connection between our families. Your daughter ... bears a 7 or 8/10 resemblance to my older sister. Even storytellers couldn't make up such a coincidence. Don't worry, the child is safe with me. Seeing that Madam Chin genuinely liked the eldest, the sister-in-law felt a little more at ease. That evening, Madam Chin caught a whiff of the fragrant aroma. She couldn't sit still, just as she got out of the carriage to take a look. The eldest, the sister-in-law, Madam Chin, tonight we made braised ribs with fish. I'm not sure if you'll like it. Just smelling it makes my mouth water. How could I not like it? After delivering the fish, the eldest, the sister-in-law, she saw that the whole family had gathered around the pot. Sister-in-law, this iron pot stewed fish is exceptionally delicious. It's much tastier than what you used to make at home. Sister-in-law, your skills have improved again. It's not that I've improved, it's thanks to the Chin family's complete set of spices. Otherwise, no matter how skilled I am, even the cleverest housewife can't cook without rice. Sister-in-law, you're getting full of yourself, with ribs and fish. Who couldn't make it delicious? Besides, in these times, just having a full stomach is good enough. Do you think they'll pay you more for making it so tasty? Just as she finished speaking, Steward Lee came rushing over. Sister-in-law, my madam sent me to ask, ... Are you willing to sell the recipe for this braised ribs with fish? On the run from famine, this family was eating better than a wealthy household. It was all because the eldest, the sister-in-law, had traded a bag of grain. Since King Tian joined the family, chickens, ducks, and fish have appeared out of nowhere. Sister-in-law, my madam sent me to ask, ... Are you willing to sell the recipe for this braised ribs with fish? What? People actually pay money for this stuff. The madam sent me to ask sister-in-law, if you are willing to sell the recipe to us, if young Master Chin likes it, I can just tell you how to make it. Oh, that won't do. Sister-in-law, you may not know this, you could make a lot of money in the capital. We couldn't possibly take your recipe for free. Make a lot of money. Rest assured, my madam will not treat you unfairly. She offers this amount. 5 copper coins. I wondered how much it would sell for. Turns out it's only 5 copper coins. Hearing this, Steward Lee quickly shook his head. Could it be 5 strings of cash? Is a recipe for stewed fish really that valuable? You guessed wrong. And it's not 5 strings of cash. It's 50 taels of silver. What? 50 taels of silver. F-50 ... taels. It's just a recipe for stewed fish. How can we take so much money? Sister-in-law, is this recipe passed down from your ancestors, or did you invent it yourself? The method for stewing fish was passed down from my family, but I later made some changes to it. It really does taste different from other people's. That's exactly it. It It's that uniqueness we're after. Otherwise, do you think any old is worth 50 taels of silver? That's still way too much. Don't be so quick to refuse. Let me finish what I have to say. These 50 taels of silver aren't just being given to you freely. After you sell this recipe to us, you are not allowed to tell anyone else. Your family also cannot use this recipe to open a shop. You must guarantee that the Chin family's version is the only one. Steward Lee, whatever you say, goes. We won't tell anyone, and we won't open a shop. From now on, our own family won't even eat this dish again. There's no need for that. It's fine for your own family to eat it, to be honest. This price isn't actually that high. If you were buying a recipe from a famous or well-established chef, it would cost several times more. Eldest daughter, since Steward Lee has put it this way, you shouldn't refuse any longer. Just write down the recipe properly for them later. The old madam is so straightforward. She just cooked a dish and earned 50 taels of silver. Luckily, I came along to flee the famine not long after getting married. I haven't had a chance to mention splitting the family yet. If we had split up, I would have lost out big time. You earned this yourself. Keep it on what grounds? On the grounds that this 50 taels of silver was earned by the eldest daughter-in-law's own skill. We haven't split the family yet. The money earned should go to the common fund. There's no reason for her to keep it herself. Mother, if you say that, then in the future, when my husband and I earn money, we don't have to hand it over either, right? I'll naturally give it all to you. The eldest daughter-in-law's recipe was passed down from her family. It has nothing to do with the family. Let's see who has the nerve to take this money. The fourth, the brother desperately held back his persistent wife. Mother, that's 50 taels of silver. If we split it 5 ways, we'd each get 10 taels. My dear, should we just keep this banknote for ourselves? Fourth sister-in-law has a point. After all, we haven't split the family. This money is rightfully yours. Why should you feel uneasy? Before, we didn't have children, so it was fine to devote ourselves to the family. And we don't know what the situation is back home. Even if we don't think about ourselves, we have to think about our daughter. As soon as he mentioned the eldest, the sister-in-law fell silent. She knew better than anyone in the family that their current good fortune was all thanks to King. She wasn't afraid of hardship or poverty, but she wanted to do her best to give King Tian a good life. The next morning, the eldest, the sister-in-law, got up early to start cooking. Hua, who usually didn't get out of bed until woke up unusually early today. She eagerly followed the eldest, the sister-in-law. Did the sun rise in the west today? Why is a certain someone suddenly so diligent? Big sister-in-law, you better be careful. Someone might be trying to steal your trade secrets. Third sister-in-law, what's that supposed to mean? Don't be so harsh with your words. Hua's little scheme was exposed in public. She couldn't very well keep hovering around the eldest. She huffed and turned to leave. But not long after she walked away, she let out a scream. Someone ... Someone has collapsed on the ground. They're alive. They must have frozen in the cold last night. Everyone, lend a hand and carry them back. The brothers carried the person back. After feeding them a bowl of hot pork bone soup, the person quickly regained consciousness. Grandpa, would you like more soup? Hearing King Hein's voice, the old man suddenly looked up, staring intently at her. Honey, what do we do now? We've already saved him. We can't just leave him. I have no way to repay your kindness in saving my life. Although Wei Yan, I'm down on my luck now. I will surely make a comeback one day. In the future, if you ever need anything from me, just ask. Suddenly, the sound of a bowl crashing to the ground was heard. Steward Lee stood nearby, his eyes wide with disbelief. Wei Yan, ... you are that Wei Yan. Wei Yiwen, the old master Wei. Steward Lee, who is this gentleman? You don't know? Wei Yan style name, pen name Dongguang Jushi. I know him. The private tutor mentioned him. The teacher said Dongguang Jushi is incredibly learned, with knowledge from 100 schools of unique insights. He's a true great scholar. He's destined to be remembered in history. He could even rival Confucius and Master Wei was a brilliant talent in the capital back in the day. His home was always crowded with visitors. Many people still came to ask him to return to public life. My madam has always wanted to hire Master Wei to be my young master's tutor. Unfortunately, we couldn't find any trace of him for 2 or 3 years. The madam thought you didn't want to be disturbed by worldly matters and had gone to a remote place to live in seclusion. These past few years have been wasted. Let's not talk about it. This is truly a case of finding something without looking for it, and getting it with no effort at all. I must go and tell the madam this good news immediately. Although the family didn't understand what a great scholar their reverence for learned men was deeply ingrained in them. Even Guo secretly sized him up. Even Steward Lee has to bow and scrape before This Wei Yan must be someone of great importance. Why do all the good things happen to the eldest brother and his wife? She made a simple fish stew and earned 50 taels of silver. Now she picks up a shabby old man, and he turns out to be a remarkable figure. I wonder this time, how much silver Madam Chin will reward them with. Madam Chin and the young master approached. Hello, Madam Chin. Hello, Brother Chin. Madam Chin smiled and nodded at King Chin Wenqi greets Master Wei. Student Chin Hexuan greets Master Wei. Don't be so presumptuous. I have no students such as you. Master, your literary talent is extraordinary. I have been fortunate enough to read your essays and have benefited greatly. That is why I rashly called myself your student and paid my respects as such. Your surname is Wen. What is your relation to Wen Zonglin, the Liaodong Regional Military Commissioner? The family was dumbfounded. Anyone from beyond the pass, except for clueless infants. He was the highest-ranking military officer in the entire northeastern region. Your father and I met a few times in the capital back in the day. More than a decade has passed in a flash. I am still alone. While your father already has grandchildren, father often praised your scholarly talents to us. That's why I was so determined to ask you to be Hexuan's teacher. I never expected, after years of searching with no news, that we would meet you here by chance. I am also heading to the capital. If you can give me a ride, I can teach your son for a few days on the way. But as for becoming my formal disciple, let's not mention it again. Madam Chin looked disappointed, as if she wanted to try again. Thank you, Master Wei. One day, the family suddenly noticed there was an extra carriage in the caravan. Did they get a carriage for Master Wei overnight? We're stopped in the middle of nowhere. No village ahead, no inn behind. I really don't know where the Chin family found this carriage. But from the looks of it, Steward Li is indeed exceptionally capable. He's definitely not just the smiling, good-natured old man he appears to be. What is all this stuff? Take it away, Master Wei. It's more comfortable to sit like this. Why do you need to be so comfortable? Studying is supposed to be hard work. Your young master. ... If he can't even endure this little bit of hardship, he might as well not study at all. Just go home and live a life of comfort. Wouldn't that be nice? After all, with the resources of the Chin and when families, as long as he doesn't rebel, he has enough to live a life of wealth and ease. It was all my own doing. It has nothing to do with my young master. Master Wei, please calm down. I'll have them remove everything right away. In the blink of an eye, they had cleared everything out of the carriage. Only a square table remained on the bare floorboards. Wei Yan nodded in satisfaction. But then he suddenly called out to the last maid, "Hey, leave that cushion you're holding. You were just saying my young master can't endure hardship. But aren't you leaving a cushion for yourself?" But instead, Wei Yan turned and lifted King Qian into the carriage. King Qian, do you want to learn how to read?